From the archives of Tacoma's library, Anna Trammell tells the story of a special trip former President Jimmy Carter made to Washington in September of 1980.
He actually visited at the invitation of Tacoma Mayor Mike Parker, who was mayor between 1979 and 1982. And we have the personal papers of Mike Parker.
Trammell says those records, which include photos and correspondence letters, along with news articles and video footage,
President Carter is in Tacoma at this hour,
paint the picture of a city excited to welcome its president to Tacoma.
There was a lot of coverage leading up to the visit. So the News Tribune and other local media really doing a lot to get people excited about this visit. Oh, and here's a great one.
Trammell says Carter's visit to Tacoma was part of his 1980 re-election campaign, and his goal was to capture the labor vote.
We can see SIU welcomes President Carter,
which meant taking a tour of the Continental Grain Terminal at the Port of Tacoma.
Carter aides said the president wanted to talk to the workers.
It was important for him to be here, have a presence at the Port of Tacoma. Actually, during this visit, he gave a speech to about 500 workers at the port.
Employment in Tacoma, in the metropolitan area, has gone up.
So that was really a big initiative and an area where he was trying to push his vote.
One of the most notable things about Carter's visit was when he stood right here on Pacific Avenue to greet the crowd. Actually, he stood a little higher.
There was pandemonium on Pacific Avenue.
People were complaining because they couldn't actually see him. Just the big crowd, everybody was on the same level. Nobody could actually see President Carter. He got out of the limousine and climbed up onto the roof so that everyone could see him. We have everything recorded here, minute by minute, including his feat of climbing up on the limo. And it was impromptu. You can even see a very stern-looking Secret Service agent here in the foreground. He also visited a local senior center.
Carter's visit to Tacoma is actually part of a long tradition of presidents visiting the city.
Roosevelt, Kennedy, other presidents that have visited the area.
Trammell says it's important to highlight that history and that Tacoma isn't overlooked.
I think that maybe people have felt like Tacoma is sort of in the shadow of Seattle, and maybe it'd make more sense for sitting presidents to go there. So the fact that at this point 9 presidents had visited, and some had, spent a considerable amount of time here.
I've had a good visit to Tacoma.
And as the country mourns Jimmy Carter's passing, Trammell says it's important to maintain these archives so Tacoma's place in Carter's legacy won't be forgotten.
That history, Tacoma's story, can be revealed through these photographs and documents that have been preserved. So it's really important for us to be able to hang on to these things to make sure they're available for future generations.
Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.